A Good Samaritan turned into bold attacker. That's what police say happened in the district. A man was sexually assaulted by another man he trusted to help him in his home. It happened in the 4500 block of 3rd Street. Fox 5's Evan Lambert is live with more. And Evan, what more have you learned about this tonight?
Well, Sarah, we were in that neighborhood tonight trying to learn more information, and we came across a man who says that on Saturday, a man approached him asking if he could help him carry groceries inside his apartment. At the time, he says he declined, and that man moved on. And now we learned just yesterday from police that a man used a similar tactic to get into someone's apartment and then sexually attack them. Ronald Dawson is the witness that I was referring to. He says that he was coming home from Walmart Saturday night around 9 in the 4500 block of 3rd Street Southeast. He says a man walking by on the sidewalk in front of his house asked him if he needed help carrying groceries. Dawson was with his daughter. The man also asked if she needed help, and Dawson and his daughter both declined. Dawson says that man continued down the sidewalk, walking right past the surveillance camera on the corner of an apartment building across the street. Then on Monday, police say a man who allowed a suspect to help him carry things inside his home on that same block reported that once inside, the suspect pulled his pants down and assaulted him. Here is how Dawson describes his encounter with the man he says sounds a lot like the assault suspect.
The district.
The suspect somehow got into this large Capitol Hill home, but no obvious sign of break-in. Investigators believe from the moment he entered the house, the suspect intended to sexually assault one of the male occupants, although the victim did not know his attacker.
Shocking. It's very shocking.
It went down Sunday morning about 6 o'clock. A man asleep in a bedroom in this home suddenly woke up to the sight of another man armed with a gun standing over him.
It is extremely disturbing and concerning.
The suspect sexually assaulted the man, then burglarized the house and took off. Neighbors say several young professionals live in this home.
The police are investigating a bold and frightening sexual assault. It happened Friday night before dark. A man was forced into a van in the busy Columbia Heights area and sexually assaulted by a group of men. As Fox 5's chief investigative reporter Emily Miller tells us, this is the second crime with this pattern in less than a year.
On Friday at 8 p.m., a man was walking in this area of 14th Street Northwest when a suspect with a gun forced him into a white van. The male victim was kidnapped and sexually assaulted.
It represents a change in what's going on out here on the streets, that we have a group of people that are specifically looking to target, kidnap, and sexually assault men. That is a very, very profound event, and it's a change in what we're used to investigating.
The police are looking for 7 suspects. Only one can be specifically described as Hispanic. He's about 6'1" and in his 20s, short black curly hair. He was wearing an orange shirt and gray sweatpants and carrying the gun. Another suspect between 17 and 19, heavyset and with a light complexion. The other 5 suspects are all men.
This bold sexual assault was remarkable for 2 reasons. Grabbing a man off a busy street like this, but also a man being gang raped. But this is the second time a crime just like this has happened in D.C. in just 7 months.
At 10 o'clock in the morning last December 31st, a man was walking along this stretch of businesses in Southeast. A beige van pulled up and 4 men with guns grabbed him. They drove to another location where they raped him. The union president said it is very, very unusual to have 2 of these cases in less than a year.
It changes the game as to who needs to be cautious outside of the correction facility setting about sexual assault. I think before, men didn't even think of the possibility of walking up and down the street and had to be guarded like we teach women to be guarded, but now that's a possibility.
Sergeant Burton said investigators are likely looking at all possible motives, including gang initiations, earlier jail activity, and a new breed of sexual predators on the streets of D.C.